All right. Almost done here. Got myself a little stuff situated. Do this. Then I'm going to do this. Okay. If anybody's tuned in yet, how we doing tonight? Making myself a little thumbnail here. So when it gets shared around, it'll have a nice little thumbnail on it. We got it, chat. Chat, we got a chat. You know? It's yeah, appreciate that. TV's got a mind of its own. Apparently it doesn't care either. Let's see. I don't know why that won't do that. I'm about to just throw this up here as it is. If this isn't going to cooperate, this is frustrating. And maybe I can edit later, you know? Because, yeah, got some shit stirred up. GF, okay. And then that needs to be white. I'm going to make it real big. Oh, yeah, I got this thumbnail going now. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay, duplicate that layer. I guess I could show you guys what I'm doing. Just give you at least something to watch here while I dilly-dally. So, I mean, anything worth doing is worth doing right, correct? So we got to make a thumbnail. And take this. We're going to drag it down. Okay, export. Thumbnail, JPEG. Oh man, no, I lost it. Where did that go? Oh, it didn't save. Herp. Okay. Now we're ready. Documents, thumbnail, save. All right. Seth, how you doing, buddy? Riffmaster says, as long as I have the senior stamp, you don't care. Dude, I don't either. Gabe as well, Seth. So let me click here. All right, now we ready. Let's get rid of that. Maybe. What do we got? Oh, dude, why is this thing being so difficult? I'm about to just like restream this or something with another computer. Leave. Okay. Let's try this. So anyway, give you guys time to get here anyway. You know? Everybody get all filed in here and such. Dude, why is it? Okay. It's just going to be lame. Cool, got it. So let's do this. We live. Okay, sorry. Had to get situated here. All right. So now that I've got that posted on Facebook, we'll let some of the audience file in here before we get the party started. And you know what? Give me just a second. All right, yeah, here we go. I got something coming, and then we're ready. You know, because this is the go-to move from the podcast stuff back in the day here. My guy's gonna hook me up. Then get this tightened up. I just get me those. Like, oh boy, he had one job, and I'm pretty sure. I don't want those. I don't want. I don't like. Kids follow instructions. Clearly not what I do. So let's talk about. Sorry for anybody that's catching up with this later, and it's me sitting here rambling for 7 minutes and jacking around. We get to the point eventually. Maybe I'll cut this stuff out when this goes posted later. So got myself a good can of worms stirred up. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care. So I'm not being, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Some Oakleys. This guy's a baller.
Yeah, it's Jokeley's, by the way. Here we go. All right, got to block the haters out. It's going to be that kind of night. So, anyway, let's see. So this isn't going to be slanderous, anything other than I'm fucking just tired of caring. I'm tired of giving a fuck. All right. So what is taking place here is my guys, William and Justin. Love those dudes. Love hitting BP with them. Great dudes. Some of the best out there. Got them some Spartan senior bats. Wanted to make sure I got an opportunity to hit them, right? Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm always down to hit. I'm always down to try new stuff. They really like these bats. They wanted to get me a chance to swing them, to get them on the channel and get, some publicity for them too. I'm here for it. I'm always down to try new stuff, and I'm always down to swing senior bats. So we swing the bats, and here's where the first part of this clarification comes in is, like, I've done it for years, literal years. If it's round and it's yellow, I'm going to hit it. And I made mention in the video that, see, in the first video that I did, that I'm hitting, in one of my rounds with a particular bat, I hit probably a decent number, probably more than normal amount of, 52-300 softballs. It's an ASA ball. I'm hitting a senior bat. I get it. But I'm also doing a product review, not a product promotion. And, like, it's round and I'm going to hit it. And to think that somebody's not allowed to hit a certain ball with a certain bat is just kind of out there. And so it's like the 52-300s are mixed in. One, I'm not going to make somebody dig through the bag. Oh, that's a 52-300. Don't throw me that. Only throw me these balls. Stop what you're doing. Dig them all out. If you get a 52, throw it aside. Only throw me these. It doesn't matter. One, that's pretentious as fuck, and I don't have the patience to do that. I don't have the patience to, like, make somebody else dig through a bag of softballs. We used to kind of do that stuff back in the day, and I realized how much of a pain in the ass it was, and like how pretentious it was for me to say, "Oh, only throw me these softballs this round." No, dog, it's a ball. Hit it. Like, we can figure out what a bat can do while we still hit the 52-300s, because not every ball that you hit has to be a measure of performance. Sometimes I'm, taking swings to see what kind of swings can I take with this bat. What kind of control do I have with this bat? How does this bat feel coming through the zone? How does this bat feel from a sticker weight standpoint? How much end load does this thing have? Does it feel balanced? I can hit 52-300s and conclude a lot of that stuff without having to beat a bat to death hitting a bunch of hard balls. So I don't mind having the 52s in the bag. And sometimes the way they're picked up, you might end up with a bunch of 52s on top of the bag. So what it ends up happening is you just have more 52s than somebody else that round. Yeah, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. That's like not how this is going to work. It's round. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to move on with my life. I didn't hit nothing but 52 300s. I still hit some hard balls, and I'm not even a senior player. I have no business hitting a senior bat anyway. One, because, yeah, I'm fully aware, and somebody's going to remind me as all this shit gets slung around here, I fucking suck at softball. I don't care. I make YouTube videos with my friends because that's what I like to do. It's not a tryout video. It's not a testament to me being some world-class softball player. It's not a testament to, oh my God, look at me cut a softball because I can put a bunch of spin on something and not get performance, and I just spin it to get it to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm fully fucking aware. Like, I don't care. So before anybody starts all that shit posting, because it's going to happen. It happens every time somebody gets upset about something. Though the fat guy can't hit. Okay, great. Cool. Move on with your life. So it just doesn't matter to me that I'm hitting 52 300s for parts of this video. I can still get my review in. I can still do everything I need to do. So that's why it doesn't matter to me. Is it a kind of silly to maybe hit a senior bat with 52s? Sure, yeah, because seniors don't hit 52s at all. So, like, I can see both sides of this argument here. But instead of Spartan reaching out and saying, hey, we saw you were hitting 52s. Did you know you don't have to do that? Hey, wondering why you did that. Just clarification. Just anything. Start a conversation. Ask a fucking question. But no, within an hour of the video getting posted, I'm getting spammed some live stream from Spartan Bat Company. And help me out here. I got to find this gentleman's name. Matt. So Matt McGee is live on behalf of Spartan, and he's talking about why I don't need to hit 52 300 softballs, why his bat wasn't made for those balls, all these reasons why I shouldn't hit a 52 300, and they're tuned for this and they're tuned for that. I get it, dude. But like, maybe have a conversation. I'd love to clarify that. So when you go on there, you could have those facts. And I even tried to facilitate a conversation like, hey, once I see this post, I'm getting spammed on my phone. I watch the video, hear what he's going on about, and yuck. And he wasn't slanderous in any way. I wasn't mad at him in any way. Like, I could have took it a million different ways. He could have took it a million different ways. But at the end of the day, I just don't understand why we had to run to Facebook and go live about it instead of just ask me so I can clarify. Fuck, I'll go live with you and we can talk about it. And I even tried to like, hey, love chatting, hit me up, you want to chat or whatever else. So I'm trying to facilitate some conversation here. Because at the end of the day, it was kind of like, it felt like, thanks for the review, but we don't like how you did it. Okay, well, I'm sorry. It's my review. It's my video. That's it. I've explained why I hit the 52s, and I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself. I'm sorry you didn't like that I hit 52s. Moving on with life. So I go on a post about a week and a half later. I post another Spartan video. And by the way, I was not slandering. These Spartan bats are great. I want to get this out there. The Spartan bats are really good. The Apollo and the Firebird are ridiculous. Crazy. I'm talking crazy good. So, there's no hard feelings. There's no me saying the bats are bad or anything else. I mean, I could hit the 52s and fucking tell you, damn, this bat's fucking good. So it ain't even that. But then like a week and a half later, I post the Firebird video. And when I do a review, again, ask for clarification instead of just running to Facebook and just start dragging me through the fucking mud. At that point, like that post was like, oh, you should do some research and see what you're talking about. Did you look at the fucking stamps on the bat, bro? And like that's a comment from the post, and he knows who he is, and I know who he is, and everybody can see it, and I don't care. He's had a problem with me for years, and I don't fucking care. So, like, I'm reading off the stamps that are on the bat in the video. SSUSA. I said this bat is only approved for SSUSA and NCS play. That's 2 stamps. It doesn't have a fucking U-Trip stamp on it. Well, then and to be fair here, when I sent the initial video to William and Justin when they were out hitting with me that day, Justin did make the comment, you know, oh, it is approved for U-Trip play, you know, in this stuff. He did. He said that. I see where he's coming from. I'm calling out the stamps on the bat. I'm not going to go through every exception in every rule book and, oh, well, you can do this and you can do that because, so when I hit a U-Trip bat, do I need to say it's approved for ASA play in Missouri because ASA allows any 1.20 BPF certified softball bat besides some certain ones that are on a ban list? No, that doesn't make every bat an ASA bat. That makes that a U-Trip bat you can use in ASA play. Just the same as your U-Trip legal bat is a senior stamped softball bat. If you look up the rule, any 1.21 stamped softball bat can be used. And I understand somebody's going to quote me and beat me to fucking death on this, and I don't care. The rule reads 1.21 stamped bat. It doesn't say anything about a U-Trip stamp. It doesn't say anything about any of that. So that's why I didn't say anything about it being approved for U-Trip play. Like, God forbid I not get a rule book out and read every fucking page of it before I do a review. Like, I don't understand. So, this post is going on. I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, like, what is this? Like, you're getting blasted here. So, like, all right, I'm done. And this is, and I do want to clarify. I don't know anybody affiliated with the internal workings of Spartan Bat Company. I know some guys that swing their bats. They're factory guys. I know Willie Dooley. Great dude. One of my favorite dudes to see at the ballpark. Dude's a riot. Dude can hit a ball a country fucking mile with a broomstick. So to put one of these Spartan bats in his hands that are just absolutely ridiculous is just crazy talk. So this is I don't know anybody from the inner workings of that company, and I have heard everybody say nothing but good things about Matt, who made the first video. And I have no qualms about it, but I felt like I was getting fucking drugged here. And again, why couldn't you reach out and say, hey, why'd you say that? Can we clarify this for you? Can you go back and edit the video? Can you do a million different things different here? No, nobody said a word. I just get my shit drug on Facebook. So I said, fuck it. I'm done here. It's nothing personal to those guys. I've made 2 Spartan bat videos with 3 bats, and those 2 bat videos have gotten elicited a response both times. I don't need that. No. So I took them down. Like, everybody wants to cry. If you don't like how I'm reviewing your product, that's fine. You don't have to like it. But I'm not going to get my shit drug every time I post something that you don't agree with. Reach out to me and maybe we can get on the same page. And I'm not going to word salad something or sell something that something's not. But I can certainly help clarify. Hey, oh yeah, just I see you're doing some senior reviews, or hey, we're working on getting this bat approved for senior play. Wait, sorry, USSSA senior play. Simple conversation. I can go back and clarify. I can edit the video. I can take it down and put it back up. I could have did a million different things to give you what you wanted, because I knew something was going on when in like the first hour or two of me being off work, the video got like 4 comments. Everybody's saying, this is proof for U-Trip play. It's a proof for U-Trip play. Where's the fucking stamp? I'm not going to go dig through every page of a rule book and see what's going on. So that's why I said it wasn't approved for U-Trip play. Bottom line. So I'm not doing this, and it's no offense to Matt, because Matt has reached out to me since all this went down. I took the videos down, and then the person that made this post wants to come back and post and say, oh, we're not trying to say he did a bad job. We appreciate his review and this and that, and whether he genuinely did or whether he caught wind that he struck a nerve, I don't know. quite frankly, I don't care. Like I'm beyond the point of caring. BP Hero is cold product on YouTube, and I don't give two fucks. I make softball videos with my friends, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. You know, there's people out here making a living doing this stuff, and that is awesome. There's people out here, I mean, dude, fucking got discount codes to fucking Walmart shop and Amazon and fucking Casey's Pizza and what the fuck ever else. Go for it, dog. Like, Headbanger Sports. That's all I need. So that's it for me. Like, I don't need the livelihood. I do this for me and my friends and to entertain the people that want to watch. The 12,000 subscribers, the however many, the fucking race to 50,000, or everybody's thinking, you know, oh, this dude can't hit because he's fat. Well, yeah, fucking no, I never said I could. So much shit gets misconstrued on the internet, and maybe I'm misconstruing these posts. The first one, it didn't really take exception to. I would have appreciated like a, hey, can we help clarify this? Did you know you don't have to do that? Yada, yada, carry on. Could have just squashed it right there. Or even, you know, reach out to me with your questions, even if you made your live post, so I can, you know, connect the dots for you here. But then this second thing is like, all right, no, I took the videos down, and then he wants to come back and say, oh, we appreciate his reviews. Here's the link to the reviews. Well, the link's a dead link. The only person that can see that video right now is me. And if people have clipped it and recorded it and done all that happy shit with it before it got taken down, good for you. Hope you did. I hope you got the whole thing and you can repost it on your channel and make your $4 off of it that I was going to make off of it. We're not balling out of control over here. Like, it's not about the money. It's about the entertainment value for me and my friends and the people that want to watch. So I did. I took the video down, and I took the other one down, and like that is what it is. We tried, but I'm not gonna get blasted every time I post a video. I've been doing this for 15 fucking years, and not one time has a company besides Monsta had something to say about me and what I did in a video. And Monsta is its own thing. I have no beef with Monsta. Sure, I used to. I mean, that's probably no secret. Yeah, dog, it's been fucking 10 years. Let the shit go. I know I have, and I'm sure they have too. The Monsters are good too. Never said they weren't. I ain't getting into that whole can of worms of why I didn't review those for years, but like that's I'm done. I'm not doing this. And Matt has since reached out to me, sent me a message. Honestly, I haven't opened it yet, just because like I want to digest this information. I want to like process this whole thing. And I probably should have did that before I came here, but like if it's run to the internet and talk about something going on, I guess I need to do it too. I guess I got to go defend myself if everybody else is defending themselves. You know, like I'm not just going to sit here and just get, you know, the first time's whatever, the second time just getting fucking blasted. You know, well, he doesn't know what he's doing. He used to do some Google searching and this and that. And like, you've never said one wrong thing on the internet in your fucking life. And I didn't say anything wrong here. I called out the stamps that are on the bat. And then, yeah, I went ahead and I was a troll. I went to my Facebook page and I said, looking for a Spartan Senior bat with one of these stamps on it. I had 4 U-Trip bats lined up with 240 stamps on them. Looking for a Spartan bat with one of these U-Trip stamps. Cash in hand. Let me know. Because there's not one. That's why I didn't say it. Like, I don't know how much more cut and dry that could be. Matt has reached out to me. I will get back to him. Again, and I have no hard feelings towards the guy. And if the whole army of Spartan guys want to come fucking crash and burn my bandwagon of 20 viewers, go ahead. Don't care. I'll post another one tomorrow. But it ain't going to be a Spartan bat because I'm not dealing with that. Sure, run to Softball Uncensored. Say I'm a fucking crybaby. Post it here, post it there. Say, oh, he's whining because somebody hurt his feelings. It's just like, everybody else can say what the fuck they want on the internet. It's my turn. It's really all it is. So I'll get back to Matt cordially. And if he's pissed and doesn't want to talk to me, I completely get it. But if you don't want to reach out to me before you post your shit, I don't have to reach out to you before I post mine. Like, and he's even saying, hey, sorry, I saw the notification of the message pop up. Hey, sorry for the confusion here. Not sure why it's a big deal. Yeah, I don't either. I really don't. But, you know, apparently I don't know what I'm doing. If you read the comments, and people have been saying that shit for years too, great. I should do some Google research, and I should do this, I should do that. Fun fact, I do, in fact, make it a point to not do a lot of research on a bat before I review it, because there's been times where I'll start doing some research, maybe run across a couple other reviews, and I do watch other softball content, don't get me wrong. But there's been times where I'll start reading some specs or start reading some thoughts on the bats or some things that people are saying, and it'll end up skewing my review. You know, people will say, like, so it's kind of funny. Prime example of this, I'm going to date myself here a little bit. Let's go back and let's talk about the DeMarini Sunday Swagger. Everybody and their brother was talking about how good this bat was. This bat's crazy good. It's so awesome. It's this, it's that, it's all these things. So Gabe buys one. He got bought on. He got sucked into the hype. He buys one, and we go out to review this thing, and I'm gassed up. I'm thinking like, boy, I'm about to hit a ball over the moon. So we're gassed up. We're getting out here. We're gonna hit this thing, and we're hitting it. We're hitting it, and it just doesn't get any better. Turns out the bat fucking sucked. And I let all this research, and I let all this hype, and I let all this build me up, and then it disappointed me, and I ended up just like, I was probably harder on that bat than I needed to be because I got hyped up and then let down. Same thing with what is it? There was an exclusive CL22. There was another one that was getting a bunch of hype. Bat was terrible. Thinking recently here, what was the bat company that made the tank? Not Soldier Bat Company. Oh, what was that? They made some kind of, gosh, that's going to drive me nuts. I got to go back and find that now so I can make sure I fact check myself and do my research because I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see. I got to go back and find it. It was from last year. My guy Pat came out and hit with me. He bought one, saved it for the channel. He was so excited to hit it. And dude, honestly, I was too. But it was almost laughable how bad it was. And then it never got better, and then it ended up breaking. It was honestly kind of funny. Oh, let's see. That's still 2025 stuff. Da-da-da-da-da. I am going to find this. Maybe. Dude, this is going to drive me crazy. Maybe Pat's here and he can help me so I don't have to keep digging. Oh, great. Another page refreshed. Another one, though. Okay, it's an example of another one I just ran across. Everybody was talking about the Easton Empire Dennis Rulli balanced senior model. Everybody was like, oh, man, this bat's really great. No, that bat sucked. Flat out. I even said in the thumbnail, do not buy this bat. Like, there's bats out there like that, and it's a thing. And I don't care. I'm going to say what I want to say. But, again, it was probably harder on that bat, the Dennis Rulli Easton Senior, probably way harder on that bat than I needed to be because everybody's like, oh, this thing's great. And I think me and maybe two other guys hit it that day, and we were like, this thing sucks. So, again, just the letdown ends up making me even harder on the bat. So I don't do a lot of research and a lot of this and a lot of that on the bat to try and hit it with an open mind and conclude my thoughts before I start reading. Like there was times when, back when composites used to be like a really big deal, right? Just specifically thinking like, Easton, when they had their IMX, they had IMX barrels, they had TCT barrels, then they had SIC handles and IMX handles. You would, they mixing and matching and doing all this stuff. And dude, I would convince myself I liked a bat just based on what barrels and handles they use and how much inload they put in it. I'd be convinced I'd like it before I even go out there. I used to think the Easton, was it the B2 and the L5 from the year 2014, the red ones. You go back and watch those reviews. I like those bats. I was like, man, these bats are really good. I even gamed one for a minute. What are you doing? I read somewhere that bat was good. Maybe it was when it broke in with 4,000 stadium balls. Nah. And it's in the L5 did actually end up being good. And I'm still fully convinced that it was just the load that made the bat work. And after you beat the piss out of it for a while, but that is why I don't do a ton of research on a bat before I hit it. I don't go digging through specs. I don't go hop on Google and do this and do that and everything else. So it's just, it is what it is. Circling back, I'm not playing that game. Everybody else wants to run to the internet. Well, it's my turn. Get caught up on some comments here. Troy Strawn, haven't seen a senior bat with a U-Trip stamp on it. Well, apparently they're fucking out there because everybody's losing their mind. So Riffmaster says there's a couple of bats that have the USSSA and senior softball stamp on them. And you know what? Had it had a fucking senior stamp on it, I would have said approved for USSSA play. Guess what it didn't have? Mike Reyes says, code BP Hero can save me some money on some Casey's cheese pizza. I mean, fuck, everybody else got a discount code for something. Let me hit them up. Maybe they'll sponsor the channel. Chris King said, this is crazy. There's definitely leagues that use 52s. I'm sure, because it's league and you can do whatever you want, but don't you dare swing a Spartan bat in that league. Riff, I'm not sweating them. It's just mostly like I've tried so hard over the years to just like turn the other cheek and move on, or like I'm tired of doing that. It used to be back in my day. I was kind of the guy for quite a while when it comes to YouTube softball stuff, bat reviews and stuff like that, just because there was nobody else in the game. It wasn't because I was so good at it. There's just nobody else out there. Then there's guys coming along that are better hitters. There's guys that are coming along that are better content creators. There's guys coming along that can do a million different things better than I can. And I got passed up, and I'm fine with that. Like, I think a lot of people thought for a really long time that like I'm out here trying to lead this charge and go to 100,000 subscribers and quit my job and hit softballs for a living. Yeah, that'd be cool. Was I striving to make the channel better? Am I still striving? Yeah. Am I doing a good job of that right now? No, because my life is just fucking busy. But BP Hero's cold product, and I just don't care. Like, I've got my viewers, I've got the people that are hang out and watch my videos, and that's all I want. I don't care if a video gets 10 views. I had fun making that video, and those 10 people hopefully enjoyed it, and if they didn't, they can dislike the video. Oh, what's up, Gray? He says, I'm the man. Let's go. Hopefully you got your cheese situation straightened out. Yeah, so, Dennis says, I feel like it was a situation taken out of context, all dumb. Yeah, and maybe taken out of context on my end, too. I do feel like it was like kind of a backhanded thing to come back and save face and say, oh, we appreciate his review. I'm not even going to go back and look at the fucking post. Whatever it is that he said that, and here's the link to the video, whether it was you saving face, whether it was you saying, no, we actually did appreciate this, or whether it was you just like, hey, come look at this idiot and what he did wrong so people can dogpile. I don't care. I don't care what it was. It was taken out of context from me. Sure, maybe. Was it taken out of context from you? Sure, maybe. But again, like, whatever happened to fucking communication? Why do we need to run to Facebook and do everything? Why do we need to run to here and there and just immediately just start shit posting something? Why not do a little research, reach out to somebody and talk to someone instead of just start typing on your news feed? Like, I could have did that here, yeah. But if I'm not getting that courtesy, I'm not going to give it back. Only until the shit hit the fan did somebody reach out. So why? Yes, it was the War Stick. Yeah, it was the War Stick. Dude, that thing was, see, and that's my guys right there. That's my guys. The people like those two guys right there are why I make these videos. Like, they remember that. Riff says you want the gas senior batch review, the anonymous. I've had two and they're both stupid. Yeah, the anonymous bats are freaking great. So there's some bat companies that are like, they're coming for the top. They are coming for the top. And I know I caught some hell here a while back for saying that Suncoast and Dudley, to me, are the gold standard. Yeah, I think Dudley and Suncoast or whoever might have had some bats that were duds. I don't swing as tiny senior bats, so I'm not like 100% up to speed on everything that's going on there. But it is a blanket statement To me, Suncoast and Dudley is gold standard. Is there other bats coming for that? Is there other bats that are going to be there soon? Is there other bats that are there now? I think you could definitely make that argument that there's some that are there now, and there's definitely some that are making a hard charge to the top. Honestly, full transparency, these fucking Spartan bats are on their way. I know there's been some, I won't say mixed reviews, but there's some people that still will say, oh, the Dudleys are better, this is better, that is better. Like, if I had to go play senior ball tomorrow, and for reference, I'm 37. So I'm not too far away, but still far enough away that it sucks that I can't go swing one. But I mean, like, if I had to go play senior ball tomorrow and they said, hey, we're playing a tournament that you can swing a senior bat in, and you can have a senior stamp, and even though it's U-Trip, you can still swing it even though it doesn't have a U-Trip stamp. Whatever the fuck rules we're playing by, I can swing a senior bat. Honestly, if I knew that something like that was coming, if I was going to pick up with the senior team, I would probably grab an Anonymous. I would probably grab a Spartan Firebird. It would be one of the two. And again, I know Suncoast and Dudley, to me, I did say are the gold standard. But I had a fucking blast hitting those bats too. And to me, it's a chance to do something a little bit off the beaten path, you know? And honestly, I had a blast hitting balls a country mile with that Spartan bat. I would be very apt to game one. It's not going to change. I don't have any ill feelings towards the company or anything like that. An open line of communication would have helped a lot of this. If you don't like what I say in my reviews about your product, I'm sorry. It's a product review. If you don't like the way I do my product reviews, I'm sorry. It's my product review. If there's any company out there that says, oh, well, you better make sure you get my bat review right, I'll tell you what. Send me a box of bats, send me a script, and a check. I'll say whatever the fuck you want me to say. That's how you can control what this bat review says. And even then, it'd have to be a nice check, because I've made a living on this channel. And I say made a living, oh, for the love of God, here we go. But I've built this channel on calling it for what it is. That's kind of what started everything back in the day, was what bats can we find that are overhyped? What bats can we find that are just as good as the shit that's overhyped? It was about balling on a budget. It was about not having to spend all this crazy money. It was about making sure somebody didn't get sucked into the hype of buying a Sunday Swagger and then realizing it fucking sucked. Let me figure out. And then everybody doesn't go buy one. Does it suck if you're the company selling the Sunday Swaggers? Yeah, it sucks. Make a better bat. I don't know what to tell you. The fact that some of these bat companies, like the War Stick, were like, yeah, hey, here's one. Bam. That's what we want to do. Make us 10,000 of them, send them out the door. Dog, did you even swing that thing? Honestly, you know? Getting caught up with some more comments here. Mitchell says there's a lot of good bats out there. I'll boycott a company for bad reps and publicity in a heartbeat. There was a time when I would, and had shit gotten ugly, sure, maybe I would have. I mean, like I with Monster there for a while, it was 100% anti-Monster. I was going at them and they were going at me, and it was a thing. I grew up, I moved on, and maybe I'll grow up and move on and decide to swing these Spartan bats, and I'll just stand there and not say a fucking word, and I'll hit nothing but a bag full of 52 300s and then stop the camera. It's my channel. Chris says there's only a couple of guys out there you can trust on the bat reviews. 100% agree. Eric Sun says live. Yeah, what's up, pal? Snack says Suncoast for life. Dude, they're good. The senior softball bat that I know of that has a senior and U-Trip stamp is a DeMarini Jason Magnum. Okay. And that's that makes me question what kind of performance that thing's got. I need to try out some of the new Marucci and Victus U-Trip bats. Their stuff coming out is fire. Yeah, so I've actually I did a couple of the Victus. I haven't did the new ones. I did do the Marucci. Forgive me on these titles here. What is it? The dark chocolate red or whatever it is. Basically the Helmer spec. Yeah, that fucking thing is good. So I actually swung it and then sold it to my guy Logan. I need to get that video knocked out here. Like I said, if I can take the time to just knock some videos out, I'm just going to start spam posting them here. And I'm kind of doing that as I go. I've got a couple that I was going to finish up tonight and then just like drop those both at once. But here I am instead, for whatever reason, defending my honor on the internet to a bunch of strangers. So whatever that's about, this is what I felt like doing tonight. Fuck it, you know. Woke up today and walked in some bullshit and chose violence. So I guess we're gonna end it on that way too. And when I say that, it's not, again, Spartan Bat Company can take this however they want. I have no qualms with the owners of that company. And if this guy that made this last post today is an owner, he and I can definitely have a conversation. I mean, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you the same things I'm saying right here. I'm not going to church it up and, save face or anything like that. I didn't appreciate that post. And I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm sick of and it's not even people coming at me like that, because this is the first time it's happened to me. But just the internet in general is just so full of people that just want to shit post and get no, like, I'm not even saying like there's repercussions due, but they'll just shit post something and then somebody will either just decide to not say something back, or somebody will decide to argue or do this or do that. Well, I guess I'm arguing back. I fucking can't stand when people argue in a comment section on something, but I didn't make a comment. I just made a fucking 40-minute video. Brian says, Spartan, get off my guy. I don't know that they're on me as much as it's this one guy, and maybe I took him out of context, and maybe I do find it coincidental that once all the shit gets stirred up, then only then does Matt want to chat. And I'm sure the dude's a busy guy. I don't know the guy. But, what a coincidence, right? Let's see. Dennis says, DeMarini bats with the senior stamps are the 240 U-Trip bats. They have stamps so J-Mac can swing them as seniors. I figured it must have been something like that. Just basically so he can swing one bat for everything. Love that, by the way. I was big on that for years and still am. Don't get me wrong. We're going full transparency here tonight. I play mostly ASA. I can swing a U-Trip bat in my ASA tournaments. So does that mean I should be labeling that as an ASA bat? Don't know. Guess let me know so I can get these reviews right, since I don't know what I'm doing. But for years, I've swung a U-Trip bat for everything. But we're going full transparency here tonight. Sometimes I just don't like how a Louisville feels. I've beat this 52-300 thing to death, and I'll do it again right now. I'm not crazy for how the Louisville Slugger feels with a 52 in just the hot heat. Feedback-wise. Still cuts it, still hits it, still crushes it. But, man, if you hit something and you're like, ugh, why do it makes you not want to hit? So I have been dabbling around with some ASA bats and stuff here and there. Bought a couple of combats. Really like throwing it back to 2013, and apparently those things don't age well. I went years looking at all these posts of people breaking combats and these bats and this and that, and my compression disc broke and my end cap flew out and this broke, that broke. I'm like, how are all these people having these trouble with these combats? I bought 2 combats for $50 a piece, and I got like one tournament and a handful of swings out of the other. I got one game, and then like 2 swings in the next game out of one, and then like a tournament and a half out of the other before they were both just unusable. The knob broke off of one, and then the compression disc just out of nowhere on a swing hitting a 52-300 just like quit life altogether, and it sounds like a hardware shop threw up in the bat. I had that happen like once or twice with those bats back in the day, and never had any durability issues at all. No knobs breaking, no nothing, and somehow I buy 2 bats and they just crumble to pieces. Like, wow, karma just really kicked me in the ass. CGO says, just kidding. My team has the Firebird, and it's pretty stupid. The Firebirds are nuts, dude. They really are. I'm not going to... That's how I'm showing you that this isn't me trying to drag Spartan through the mud, is I'm telling you the bats are fucking gas, and you should definitely go fucking buy one. And don't use code BP Hero because I'm a headbangersports.com rep. So, use whatever code you want to. Go buy one. They're fucking gas. But if I got to deal with something, if I got to deal with a post and feel like I got to address social media every time I review one, I'm done. 2 bats, 2 reviews, and 2 posts made without a single fucking word said to me. I don't need that. Oh, okay, Gio, I see what you're saying, JK. I thought you meant just kidding. I didn't catch the other comments here. Yeah, Justin Kelly. Dude, Justin Kelly get hit with a broomstick too. Let's be fair. That dude makes me very uncomfortable playing third. Not that I'm an infielder of any type. Maybe back in the day I had my moment for a brief moment, but at least last 10, 12 years minimum, not an infielder, fully aware. But there's times where I need to go fill a spot in the field with my glove so I can wait my turn to hit again. And sometimes I end up at third base and Justin Kelly's up to bat, and I'd rather go stand behind the fence. And I'm not even sure I'm safe there. That dude just yanks the ball down the line. He can hit and he can spray it around. It's just the fact that he's coming at you with everything he's got, and he don't miss very often. So to be having, and that's with the ASA stuff. I haven't played against him in any U-Trip stuff for years. Obviously no senior stuff. That's with ASA bats and ASA balls, and I'm over here just like puckering every time he swings. I can't imagine standing at third with him hitting an Onyx ball in a Spartan Firebird. No fucking thanks. Great dude too, by the way. Love that guy. Chris says this is why he doesn't use his Genesis with League and 52's. Performance is cool, but the feedback is not good. Yeah, it is what it is. I fought it for a long time, but I finally just realized I'm not confident swinging this bat because of how it feels. So it is what it is. The Marshburn to me is better. I've switched to the Marshburn. It is better, but it's still just And some of it is the Louisville sound. I get that, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Dennis says it has a new Victus Beacon that is gas, and it's not out yet. It's one of the best 240s to date. Yeah, so I've seen the Victus Beacons. They seem to be a pretty hot commodity. And I still want to swing the pencil bat and the crayon bat and all that stuff. So I've actually bought my son one of the pencil bats when they were they came out. Where's he going? Where's he going? Is he leaving? Oh no, I was just curious. Sorry. Anyway, squirrel. Have a melee that we can swing. Yeah, I'll down to swing a melee. Let's see. Gio says, did you hear all of our senior stuff next year is in Boonville at the new turf fields? Boonville is 20, probably closer to 40, 20 minutes by the crow flies or whatever the hell it is they say. I had no clue they were building that complex until this week when that got posted on maybe the Rainbow page or somewhere like that. Or maybe they just announced that, and maybe if you didn't live in the area, you didn't know. But I feel like being close enough and being tied into the softball community around here, I would know that, and I had no idea that they were building that complex there. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see if it'll be overran with Timmy's and Jimmy's every weekend. Out here trying to get their scholarships, watching parents, pay $50,000 for Timmy to play travel baseball so he can go to college for free when you could have just gave him the $50,000 to go to college. Anyway, so I don't know. I'll be interested to see how much of that complex will be filled up with that because it's the only turf around here. So it could very well be overran with kids. And if it is, that's great. Get the kids out there. Let them play. Get them off their fucking tablets and phones and go play baseball. I'm not talking trash on that at all, but I am afraid that it usually happens to every complex around here besides Rainbow because they just run everybody off. It gets overran with kids sports. So I'll be interested to see how much of that will be available. I did read that they're going to have and offer at least a slow pitch league there, maybe a couple. So that'll be lit. Definitely going to go try and get in on that action. It looks like it'll be turf infield, grass outfield, which is fine. If it's good grass, it drains good anyway. It might as well be turf. Son's an idiot. You can seriously. Oh wow. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. I was gonna. Dumb and Dumber over here.
Go to bed.
Alright, bro. Sorry, chat.
H Dog says he's sorry.
Sorry, chat.
I don't think he is though. So yeah. Anyway, coming on here, talk about that. I guess it's my turn to say something. If you stuck around, thanks for sticking around. I kind of lost touch with how fun it is to just get on here and bullshit sometimes. Obviously, I got in here, got on a rant tonight, but you need to do this more often, don't we? And I'll leave the shades off next time, but it's just, old school podcast style, how to block the haters out. Hey, what's up, pal? Hope you're doing well, Sammy. Okay, so Tip says Boonville will be associated with a GMB baseball out of St. Louis. Okay, so yeah. So I figure it'll be baseball most nights of the week and every weekend. Mike Reyes, PM is key. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I fuck it. It's kind of how I felt about it. When I made that post, I should have put PM as key in there. It's one thing I missed. Brent, my guy Brent hooked me up though. Dennis says might be able to get me some Senior Victus and Marucci bats to test. Well, for the love of God, send a script and a list of balls that I can use, and maybe a U-Trip or ASA bat, dude. Yeah, we'll be glad to swing whatever you can send us. Do bear in mind though, it is starting to get pretty cool here. I think we're probably gonna have like our last couple of weeks of. Which, honestly, I'm surprised it's not already, like, wicked cold already. It's the 20th of November, and I'm still, like, T-shirt to walk inside and go outside and stuff like that. Walk inside from the car to work and stuff like that. So I can't believe that we're still doing that, but it's going to get cold soon. I probably stay cold. And, apparently I can't hit 52 300s with anything but an ASA bat. So I could still do the ASA bats because the 52 300s don't break balls. Don't break bats. And, that's kind of my other thing that I didn't get to earlier with hitting the 52s in the videos is it's also an opportunity to not just beat a bat to frickin' death and then have to turn around and try and sell it. Or if it's somebody's bat that they're letting me borrow for the video, I don't have to give them back a bat that's just beat to a pulp because you take let's say it's a mixed bag of balls. It's about 300 total and let's see, there's probably right around 100 is 52s. Just do the rough math on approximately how many balls we hit, mix in the other 30 or 40 hard balls that it would be instead of 52s potentially, and you're talking a bat possibly failing compression, already when most of them do these days. We're almost back to the 220 stamp era at this point. Sammy says, why are we talking senior ball? What happened? So long story short, Spartan Bat Company makes some really good fucking bats, but apparently they don't like how I do my reviews and felt the need to clarify twice something that they didn't like in the review. It is a review. I tried to reach out and say, hey, you want to chat? Hit me up. After the first post, the second post was made, and it was just straight shit post instead of, hey, just a heads up, these are proof for U-Trip. You can go here and do this and do that. I would have been glad to, hey, guys, just for quick clarification, but if you're just going to send your cronies to dogpile me, I'm going to fucking fight back. 5300s don't hit bombs, which means bats don't sell. Yeah, well, I can't hit bombs anyway, so it's cool. I am the hardcore hero, though, so that's cool. I just got a bag full of hardcores and go out to the ball field, and I swing a bat, and I hit some home runs, and then tell everybody to use code BP Hero because, it's all about product promotion these days. And unfortunately what YouTube has kind of turned into in some capacities. Every bat's better than the last one. Every bat hits bombs. Use my discount code to go buy one. Whatever, dude. Cool. So I do hit hardcores. I've got, so that, like I said, that 200, 100 mix of hard balls and 52s. I'd say probably a good 100 of those, maybe not 100, maybe closer to like 70 or 80, is hardcores. It's GSL hardcores. It's Pro-Am hardcores. One, because hardcores are fun to hit. Why the fuck would I want to hit them? I'm having fun with my friends. I'm not promoting bat sales. Two, most everywhere you can hit a hardcore. That's a ball that is used for play. Why wouldn't I hit the ball that they're using? 3, it is miserable hot here in the summertime. And the hardcore is the only ball that holds up in the heat. It's that or a BP rocket is basically your only options. Now, yes, there is evil balls that have microcell technology in them, and those do it's the same thing. It's the same microcells. It's essentially the hardcore is a Thunder Advance. For anybody that hasn't hit a hardcore, we're back to the Thunder Advance days. That's how good they are. So, and if you hit a Thunder Advance back in the day or a microcell evil, you know the heat really doesn't get to them. So, it's hot. We're hitting in the middle of the day sometimes, or we're hitting at the end of the day. My shit's been sitting in my car because I don't have a choice. My car and my bag of softballs is at work. I park in the shade, leave all the windows down, try and leave the doors cracked or open or the hatch pops so I can get some air moving through there to not just let them bake in there. And hitting a Pro M or a Classic M that's been sitting baking, even in a car on a 90-degree day, is just miserable. I'm not going to put myself through that because that's not fun. I'm trying to have fun and hit these videos. And it's a boring fucking video. I want to create content that is entertaining. It's not entertaining to watch a heat-soaked Pro M fucking 3-hop a fence. It's fun to watch a hardcore fucking go like a laser beam off the fence. Or 1-hop the fence because I'm digging a trench at Atkins if Reed's there. Catching up on a couple more comments here, and then I'm going to hop on. Damn, what's got views popping here? We'll hang out for a little bit. Mitchell says, Christmas battered bus. Yeah, okay. Hey, listen. Can't even just code BP here on this, but I'm going to tell you. The Onyx, and I don't know what build this is off of. Maybe somebody from Onyx could reach out, could comment, could shit post me, I guess. Whatever, because I'm going to post that video too. John over at Batflip BP, we did some bat swapping here a while back, and he said, I'm going to send you something else too. I'm like, all right, cool. You never know what this guy's up to. He's always got a trick up his sleeve. Because we have the mutual hobby of hoarding bats that we have absolutely no use for. And he sends me an Onyx Toys for Tots bat. And we're all kind of like, oh, haha, it's, it's September, but it's a bat. I'm going to review it. I'm back to there's a point in time when I was trying to keep up with all the bat releases and the do this and the do that. And it was simply because I wanted to try and stay at least somewhat relevant with the videos. But if you go back 10 years ago, dude, if it was like, hey, I got this bat that was made like 4 years ago and you don't have a video on it, do you want to do one? Yeah. We used to do that shit, but I've cornered myself with, if it's not a this year model release, we ain't swinging it. And I don't want to do that anymore. So, John sent this bat. It's a Christmas Toys for Tots Onyx bat. And we all kind of laughed at it. And I've hit some Onyx U-Trip bats and they're good. Guys, whatever that build is different. Okay. It was good. We were hitting on a baseball field and I was like, damn, this thing's got some juice. And then we go to Home Runs for Heroes and we're hitting hardcores because we're the hardcore heroes. And that bat got passed around because we had to hit 240s, and not a lot of guys that I picked up to play have 240s. It's guys that don't play a lot of tournament ball anymore. It's guys that play mostly senior or ASA stuff. So we ended up, I was like, hey, yeah, you got a bat to use? I said, yeah, I'll bring a handful of bats, extra bats. And we brought this bat, and I can't remember who swung it first, but I convinced him, like, hey, look, don't laugh at it, just hit it. And by the end of the day, I think we had 5 guys passing that bat around. And oh my God, it went out in the biggest blaze of glory. We had a guy hitting home runs that I think I could count the times on one hand that I've seen. And Seth will, I'm not shit posting Seth. I'm keeping it real with Seth. Seth will tell you the same thing. Seth don't swing for home runs, and Seth was swinging for home runs. The last swing that, like that ball, so Seth is up. It's the last inning. We need runs to get back and get the lead because the time's going to expire, and we were behind. Bases were loaded, I think. And Mitchell thinks he cracked this bat, but I'm telling you, Seth cracked it. Like, Seth, because it was Seth and then Mitchell as far as the order that hit the bat. Seth is up, bases yacked. And dude, he just blows the ball out of the ballpark to maybe put us within 1 or 2. In the bat cracked. At the end of the day, in the if game championship, it went out in a blaze of glory. I think even Mitchell did get a hit with it next, but I could tell by how it sounded like it cracked when Seth hit it. And the ball that Seth hit told me that it cracked when Seth hit it. So it was so funny that John sends us that bat just kind of as a ha-ha, here, swing this thing, and it ends up getting passed around. I spent the whole day yelling Christmas in October every time somebody hit a ball with it. Absolutely hilarious. Dennis says hardcores are great in the heat, or great in the summertime. Arizona when it's 115, dude. Yeah, I mean hardcores are great when it's 150, when it's -10. Which I will say, I had this conversation with Chris Laws tonight. I do think I'd rather hit a Classic M in like 30-degree weather than I would a hardcore. At that point, it really doesn't matter anyway. And when I say 30-degree weather, you could be like 60s. I would still want to hit a Classic. Classic M's just feel so good. A fresh Classic M. Honestly. We don't hit them enough anymore because everything's Pro M's and hardcores. You can kind of lose touch at how good a Classic M feels, especially off of these 240s with the harder barrels. God dang, dude. Every bat hits bombs except the Dudley Doom. Yeah. Even then, you hit enough hardcores, it'll hit them. Dennis says, make softball fun in the summertime. Hitting Classic M's in the summer time was awful. Yeah, it was the absolute worst. Like I for years I was like, I'd rather hit a Classic Plus. Get me some Classic Pluses out here. 95 degrees outside. Before the hardcore came along, the Pro M's were okay. The Pro M was definitely a step up from the Classic M as far as like how good the ball was in the heat. So like I feel like there's a line there. Like you get to like 70, 75 degrees and up, the Pro M is better because it just tolerates the heat better. And then like 70, 75 degrees and down, the Classic M is significantly better. So, it was nice to have the Pro M in place of the Classic M there for a little while. And even there was still times where, dude, I'd rather hit a 52 when it's 95 and 160% humidity. At least you can still spin them and get them to go somewhere. And like the ball just by its makeup is not affected by the heat as much. Obviously, it's still going to be damn near every ball will be at that point, unless it's something that's got some multi-layer technology in it, like a hardcore or a Thunder Advance or something like that. But I'd rather hit a 52 in the heat sometimes than anything else. Dennis says John is crazy. The man has the most random bats. Dude, yeah, he is. He is crazy. He has the most random bats, and he does what I used to do. He gets on eBay and just like you ever see somebody go into a thrift store and they're just like kind of like looking around here. I'm gonna take my hater shades off real quick, and they're like got them darty eyes. They're like kind of looking around, like checking the corners, looking in all the little like nooks and crannies and stuff, trying to find a deal. Like that's John, but it's on eBay, and he's always finding these softball bats. It's so funny. What's the best Christmas sleeper bat that's $50 to $80 that hits bombs and a half-ounce in load, similar to the Easton Powell? Oh, man. You hit bombs on Easton Powell? Let's start there. Unless you're talking like 220. Which, anything 220 Easton from 2016-ish, late 2016 and on. So basically your first run of your Helmer Flexes from then until the stamp change, dumb. But as far as an $80 to $100 bat, dude, hop on eBay. I'm going to make a video about that here soon too. It's getting to be winter BP time. So let's talk about what we need for winter BP bat-wise. I was going to say it now. I got an L5 that I got from Eric Thiel here. Oh gosh, probably 5 years ago. And I've been hitting that thing every winter, and it's still testing like 270, and it's a blast to hit. And it'll keep you honest. So when you do get something in your hands that is performing, dude, it's like resistance training. Tip says Classic M in the 40 to 50 degree weather is amazing. Yeah. So like the only thing that might feel better is an Apex bullet. Shout out to the Sun Valley days right there in the Mizuno crazes. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up and actually work on maybe incorrectly doing a few more reviews and see if I can't piss off the rest of the internet. So thanks to everybody for stopping in and checking out my soapbox, listening to me rant for a little bit, looking at this super washed out black microphone, black shirt, black sunglasses, black hat. If the wall was darker, I'd just look like a face sitting here talking. That's that. That's what I have to say about that. I will maintain Spartan Bat Company's bats, the Apollo and the Firebird are the two that I've swung. They're fucking gas. But I'm done. So, Swinger, in case you hit it, BP here will catch you mother truckers next time.